Okay, kids, I want you to listen up. How did Jesus come into the world, and why did he come? People were so sad and unhappy, and about 4,000 years ago, God looked down and seen that they hated themselves, they hated others, they cheated, they stole, they even killed one another. They knew no joy, and they were so unhappy. They were weighed down by their sins, their faults, and they had no hope. God looked down from heaven and seen their unhappy lives, and he just shook his head. But there was one, his name was Abram. And he believed in God and practiced doing good for others because he thought that would please God. God told Abram, because of your faith, all men would be made happy through your generations. His kinfolks in the future would be made happy and be freed from their faults and sins. God then changed Abram's name to Abraham. 42 generations of the line of Abraham passed through, taking up 2,000 years. And God said, it's time to send joy and happiness into the world. And send a Savior, someone to free man from his unhappy life. God sent an angel and appeared to a man, a poor carpenter named Joseph, in that lineage of Abraham. In a dream, the angel told Joseph, fear not. Take and marry a young woman named Mary, and she is to have a baby boy named Jesus, the Christ. For this baby is directly from God, God's only Son, the Savior of the world. Jesus would save all his people from their sins. Jesus was born 9 months later in Bethlehem of Judea. There was no hotels at this time, no homes to be opened up, so Jesus, the Son of God, was born in a stable, a barn for animals, and was laid in a manger, which is for feeding cows hay. Mary and Joseph wrapped the baby in white rags to keep him warm. God wanted to show the world joy and happiness is not found in fine furniture, clothes, money, or worldly riches. Then wise men from a foreign country brought gifts of gold, myrrh, and frankincense. They followed a star which led them right to Bethlehem and hovered right over the stable. The story doesn't stop with just a baby being born in the Middle East. Jesus grew up just like all these children will, and he went to work in his father's carpenter shop. At age 30, he began to teach all people in the town of Galilee and surrounding towns. Being the Son of God, he taught all the people godly things. He taught them you can be happy in your life and be filled with joy by loving your neighbor as yourself, not hating people because of the color of their skin or where they came from or how poor they are, putting God in their lives and depending on him for their very existence and their survival. He taught them not to cheat others and not to steal from others and don't kill others and do good things for other people. When evil men heard these teachings, they were angry because they were ashamed of how they were living. So at age 33, evil men took Jesus and they had him killed and nailed to a Roman cross. And when he died, they laid him in a tomb. He was dead for 3 days and bore the faults and sins on his shoulders for the whole world. But this was Jesus, the Son of God. He arose and appeared to his true followers. Then he said, obey my teachings, and I'll be with you even unto the end of the world. Then Jesus went up to heaven and disappeared in a cloud. Jesus' followers had been teaching this story for soon to be 2,000 years. And today, and to the end of the world, we can have joy and be happy through believing and obeying the teachings of Jesus, the Son of God, the Savior of the world, who would free man from his sins. May God be with you, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.